Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, usually I have to start I go into my OBS software and I go into my stream,
Your stream.
my start stream, and then it opens another window and then it lets me pick which stream I want to start, and I click start stream. And then I have to wait for the latency, and then on my YouTube window it says start stream, but it didn't do none of that. Nothing of that just happened. I had to hit start stream over here, and then it auto-magically started the stream, and so things are different. That's what that, and I'm live. It says I'm live, so it just timeline flip, you know. When you let technology take over, just you get to go along for the ride. Settings are always going to be constantly changing. Good thing I got Mars. My Mars is in Gemini in my 12th house, because my mind can keep up with it, and a lot of other people, their mind can't. Although I get bored with technology. Oh shit, I dumped over the water. I get bored with technology, and so I'll get phased out, because I'll get to the point that I won't even bother. Like, it's not even worth the time, because they change it so much. Anyway, the way I see the world is heading, and as I understand it, cooperation is nature's way, so I have ideas of how I can work with people in the community to build community, because that's all I've ever tried to do is build community. Yeah. Good boy, Benny. I just dumped the mom's water on that quilt. I'll wash it. Good boy, Benny. Good dog. Yeah. So, ideas that I have to build community. It's getting hot. Oh, I remember it when I was in high school, back in the late 80s, 90s, early 90s. I read an article that stated how domestic violence cases went up in congruence to ice cream sales. And so I know a lot of people have trouble with their anger and how to process it and where to put it and stuff like that. So we have a Baskin Robbins here in town, and it's not too far from, I think it's not too far from the high school. Good boy, Benny. And so I'm going to go in and buy a few pints, and then they can advertise on local social media pages and invite people that are hotheads in, instead of freaking like fucking taking it your frustration out on somebody. Come in for a pint on, come in for a pint of ice cream, pick out whatever you want, it's already paid for.
It's already.
And then eat some ice cream and then not be mad. So all I do is I just imagine, like, what would make the world a better place, like when I was growing up, like what opportunities would I have, like when I'm laying there and like thinking, God, I don't have any money, I don't have any place to go, like all the jobs are already taken by the important people's kids, there's no chance for me, there's no place for me on this planet, so I've always had to come up with alternative things, and been able to make my way pretty okay. Here, let me help. Good boy. Good boy, Benno. Good doggy.
Yep.
Good dog. So my dogs are feeling the energy. So anyway, when I was younger, I was a stocky girl.
A what?
I was stocky.
Stalking?
Stocky. Stalk. Now I can't find the jar.
Is that higher?
I was always stocky because I was always really active, because I had so much energy, so I'd get up early and I'd be out in nature and I'd be on my bike and and it's just part of who I am. And so when Pee Wee Herman came out, that movie, it made life real hard for me because of that character, Large Marge. Because as soon as people found out my name was Marge, it just look at my face, like I'm hearing like 1,000 people go, don't. Actually, it's not 1,000 people, it's the same person with 1,000 faces, because they're all the same vibrational frequency, like the same, like they're the kind that peaked in the 3rd grade, that when they find out your name is Marge, tell them Marge sent ya. And I just like, so part of me overcoming my over that is that I came up with this a couple years ago, how I could change my opinion about, and my heart space about the whole thing. And so I came up with my wherever I live, there's places in the community that I want to support, because I find that I have a similar heart space with them. And so the place that sells my stickers and my t-shirts, Straight People Like Rainbows Too, they sell other local people's their loot that they make too. And on my thumbnail is the first product that I bought. Says, like every sweet thing, no chili's the same, is their catchphrase. Bonbon, red chili, this chili, I think it's like 8 ounces maybe, the jar. And so, between Mom's eggs and my eggs this morning, and then I made this like chicken noodle pasta thing for dinner lunch combo. I put it in that. I probably used 1/3 of the jar. And so yeah, I'm gonna see. I don't know anything about, I haven't looked at their website, or I don't see. That's the thing, is like because people don't like people, me and people, it's just been a lifelong, So I like people and I like to support them, so I don't need to know who these people are. I don't need to know if it's a male or female. All that matters to me is they put out a fucking bomb-ass red chili, man. This shit is so good. And, I don't know, it took me 51 years to find it, so maybe other people will like it too. I just want and maybe if we could like exchange it doesn't exist. This isn't a thing. But one day in the world, how I like to see it is I would like to have places that I endorse where you say, like, you just go in and say, tell them Not So Large Marge sent ya, and maybe it'll get like 10-15% off of whatever you're purchasing or you're buying on me, because the earth is changing, but first it's going to get so stupid, like the dumbest, like the peakest, like, because you're going to have all the people because all the guys that are in charge, they have the mentality of 15-year-old boys, but they're in the bodies of 80-year-old men. And it's like the last of the glory days with the boom, boom, boom. And it's the last that people are buying this shit. Like, more people are paying attention. Too many people like me for years and years. I did not even look at the story of Israel. The 3 gods that they put together that just, are all about illusion and duping people and make them believe this and smoke and mirrors and all that stuff. And so now that, like, more people are paying attention, they're like, no, this stuff is silly. Has more and more nothing to do with us. And I denounce my government. I denounce it. Like, I don't acknowledge those freaking fools that are playing, we're in charge, because don't you know who we are, getting fucking it is a slap in the face to people of America of intellect, ability, logic, common sense. People that are just wanting to get up, have enough to eat. If it's hot, maybe have a place to cool off. If it's cold, maybe have a place to warm up. Because that's what most people fucking aspire for. So all these little motherfucking rainbow games by the Tiny Hand Crew, your gig is about up. So whatever, it's like it's their last hurrah. Because there will no be more. There will be no more American soldiers occupying lands in other places, racking up karma for generations. When we're trying to pay off for the fucking karma of the generations of our ancestors. I am. I got a lot of dirty, nasty, freaking pervy fucking blood in me. Just my ancestors. What they chose with their free will. So I have to choose to be the prude to erase all of their nasty, lechy, freaking drink too much butt stuff. And it's been going on, as we all know. Diddy trial. The whole time. It's never not happened. It's just the people that said that it's happened. The people that do it say, you're crazy. So they created all these institutions where they just lock people away so they wouldn't spoil their parties. These parties have never not happened. Think of a time in history when rock and roll has existed where they didn't trash hotel rooms. I've never been an Elvis fan because he's a pervert. He's a pedo. And so I think about all the people in America that love Elvis, and they like it because they listened to it when they was a little kid, before when they felt the time when they were cared for. Mom and dad would listen to it. I just found out that Amy, the mom on freaking Bush Family, and I've been watching the Alaskan Bush Family ever since it started. And she was 14, and he was like, that's what America is. It's men, grown men, that see young girls that, they're an old soul. They act so mature for their age. It's called being fucking groomed. They tried with me. See, they couldn't do this shit with me, because I went to the little rainbow girl frickin' in the Masonic Lodge, but I wouldn't wear the stupid dresses. I wouldn't buy in to all the dumb stuff that the important people do for advantage. I just went on a different course of action to define my own idea of success. Because me and Mom, we were always just too busy trying to survive. Mom was trying to duck out. She was 5 foot. She was a beautiful, gorgeous woman in the 70s. Men did terrible, terrible things to her. Society, collectively, for what she has been through, owes her all the comfort every fucking day for the rest of her life. And society's not going to give it to her, so I'm going to do whatever I can to provide it to her. And then maybe other people will see how, stop creating institutions and putting people in a one-fit society, and create a society that makes every individual comfortable. It's not hard to do, because there's enough cancer risings and stuff that just are all about taking care of people. You just have to open up opportunity. But I live in New Mexico, man. This place is such a joke. It is such a joke. I'm just so glad that I have 2.5 videos. So I put myself out there just so they know who I am. So if you don't see videos from me for a long time, and people, somebody check on Mom and the dogs, please. Because they probably got me in a fucking rat cage. And I'm probably saying a lot of things that's going to make them reevaluate their whole life. Because that's what I do. I break paradigms. That's why I have such a small group of people that are even willing to listen to anything that I have to say, because people don't want their paradigms broken. They like to be the sheep because it's just easier to do what you're told, keep your head down, earn a lot of money, and go along with the program. And I think it's dumb. So, anyway, Mom and I have been laughing a lot lately, huh?
Yes.
Yeah? Like this morning is funny. See, that's why one of the reasons why my brother has deleted me from his life is because he gets embarrassed. And I don't. So I'll just talk. And he is of the variety that he gets so embarrassed. So he don't want to get embarrassed, so he just cut me out of his life. Right? Instead of getting rid of the things that cause him to be embarrassed. But anyway, so I don't care. Whatever. I mean, he has never had any loyalty to me. I've had loyalty for him to years. I ran out. It's just when he left me to take care of Mom, and I thought we were gonna be homeless, that set my body into another level of fucking anxiety. And then I've had to move 3 times since. So fuck him. So fuck him. I have no problem with it. Anyway, so we were listening to music. We like to listen to music. I said, Ma, listen to this song. Remember that? Because she remembers a lot of music from when I was younger and stuff. And then I started playing Glen Campbell, Rhinestone Cowboy. I said, Ma, remember this? This is Jerry's favorite song. I said, no fucking gay or no straight man ever in life has ever said the words Glen Campbell, Rhinestone Cowboy is my favorite song. So, Rhinestone Cowboy, it's all about glitz. And then I remembered he went the route, he did those videos in the local community where the dare videos, don't do drugs. Because he got in trouble one time. He says it never happened. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it fucking did. You can't gaslight me anyway, I'll tell that story later. It's a good fucking story. That's how, the court system got him and started planting the seeds. And, I mean, it's chess. Society is chess. The way I look at the earth is it's a radio, dude. It's a radio, and then our heartbeat is the receiver, but we have free will in our what we attract, what we're like is what we're drawn to in society. So people, the low vibrate, they love those horror shows. Dude, my childhood was like a snuff film. So fuck that shit. And I mean, I'm on probably a reel someplace of what happened to me when I was 10 months old. So all of that, no, it's a slippery slope. And if people do that, they do that. So all of that stuff, it's not my bag. It's gross. It's disgusting. Have respect for life. And when people can spend that much, have that budgets that big, well, people don't have roofs over their heads. Single moms, dads. Neurodivergents that just don't even know how to be the person that they need to be to get a fucking paycheck, to pay $3,000 a month for a shithole, because the person that they pay rent to doesn't want to work, so they want to cover their mortgage and their mortgage, 2 mortgages. It's greedy, and America's going down because of all of it. And I don't even fucking feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about it. Materialism, capitalism, that's what it all leads to. Bottles of little blue pills, because men aren't men anymore, because they just consume, and then when they look down, they can't see their feet. All they can do is be reminded of maybe the glimpse of the man of what they once were when they instilled the fear of little girls, like they used to do to my mom. And then so I said, you know what? I made a decision when I was little that I do not care that I don't care how big the person is, if they get violent with me, they will never forget our meeting. Because I saw so many people get, and so what I've been doing is I've been trying to, I just have been learning my whole life on how to protect myself. This is my mom in like 1981. Yeah, he's straight. That's straight. That's a straight guy. I said, Ma, you had 2 gay kids. One came out. Fucking funny. That guy's an asshole, dude. I gave that guy way more benefits of the doubt than he ever deserved. He beat my ass and cracked my skull onto the ground. He could have killed me that day. And then he would have had his frat brat friends help him freaking bury me in the woods of freaking Tahoe that they spent every Super Bowl weekend with their ritual shit doing their guy stuff for freaking 15 years. Like, who has nothing better to do? Like, there's plenty of people that just need a day off. But people can't, society can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. Huh, Benny? Benny's mad. He's upset. Here's the dynamic. Mom is right here. Benny's right there. Tucker's back against the wall. He's sleeping. He's night-night. Yeah. And then Luna's right here next to Grandma Retta, and Benny wants to be there. So he's upset and whining because he wants to be by Grandma Retta, and Luna don't care. I'm going to try these little sleep gummy things. They don't even have THC or not CBD or anything. It's just melatonin and stuff. So I'm going to try one of those because I'm not sleeping and I'm tired. Oh, that's what I started to talk about, is how I see the world as a radio, and then we are navigated around parts known based on our frequency and what our stories are intended. And then we end up places, and then we still have free will on how to act. So that decides the course of action. And then I look at the solar system. I look like have you ever been to a planetarium? That's how I look at the world. It's like we're on a planetarium. And then they have the stars out there. Let's see if I can get a visual representation of this. Here's a bit. This is an app called Astrofuture. And so if you click on there it is. I could actually put it on. I got an iPad. I'll just show it on this today. But if you click on this little logo here, it shows you the whole solar system. So the way I look at it is, in your chart, you have all these potentials. The gods. The gods are the planets. The potentials. We're planetary puppets on a string. They blast out. The sun blast, we're seeing a lot of sun activity, right? Look how many people's sun signs are being activated by stuff. So their story is being, wherever they live, that is their story. The whole, I'm not going to put my ideas on any outcome, because when I do that, outcomes have a tendency to come true. So the sun blasts a solar flare, okay? And then that's from the coronal mass that sends out plasma, dust, and then it hits Jupiter and it hits Mars. And then these planets are activated in people's charts. And then in their lives, these activations are played out. But they have their own thoughts, and based on their frame of reference, they're going to choose Am I going to stay or am I going to go? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? Is the relationship over? Am I going to stay? And that is how I look at the experience of people. And I'm starting to see hints of evidence that other people are kind of starting to see this too. I'm starting to see evidence of how, like, we're going to be okay. And a big predominant factor of that is these kids that are being born now are fucking amazing. And I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that they will always have a voice that I never had. And this, folks, we are seeing live in action on whatever people are perceiving the earth to be. You're making my brain of thought derail. That this is the time that we could create a reality for more people that is enjoyable, except for a bunch of we're rich and we are lineage and entitlement and privilege and all this shit that don't matter to most people. So it's gonna be a fun ride. It's gonna be a rocky ride, cause shit's crazy, man. Like, I mean, I don't know, and oh, here is an example. I listened to this one astrologer dude today, and he was talking, and he's got like 13,000 subscribers, and he was talking about another YouTube guy. He was talking about Ben Davidson. And he was just like, oh, that guy, because he's talking about the astrology and how Sunday has so much potential for people to be eruptive. They're going to have eruptive behavior. And then he said that goes in line with what Ben said about the whatever last CME, the sun hit is going to land Sunday. And I'm like, that's it. That's like, see, because people are like, the world's gonna end, what's gonna go, cause, all this terrible thing's gonna happen. And then I think about all the people that are like, because turnovers, this is one of those high turnover periods, that have lost their spouses. And like those that have lost their spouses for like 50 years and stuff like that. And they're just like, and they don't even know what to do. Like people, my point is, every single day things happen in individual people's lives that their worlds end. So anything that happens out there, they don't fucking care. Because when you lose something you love, it disassociates you, puts you in the no place, and you just need to allowed to be able to float around, but people aren't allowed to fucking hurt and grieve and fucking suffer and fucking be mad because they lost their loved one. They're not allowed to do that because they gotta fucking pay $150 electric bill and they gotta pay fucking, 3 times. It's just all this bullshit. So these other fucking stupid middle midgets can try and keep up with the Joneses, which is a stupid idea. I scheduled a massage today, so whoopee. Anyway, I changed the background. See, I don't like that same. I don't know. I changed the my Roku. I like the Western one, and when you hit the button, it's like tink tink tink, like Spurs. That's how that whole Rhinestone Cowboy thing started, because I started off with me thinking of that song. I got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. Oh, look, there's Clint Eastwood. And then that makes me, somebody said something, they were like, oh, I said, energetically, Pisces men are women. And she was like, tell that to John Wayne, blah, blah, blah. All these fucking machismos, right? And I'm like, dude, woman, you are fucking validating my point. Is that when people, I don't go by genders. I go by energy. I'm a female. I recognize genders. I don't ignore them. I don't live in la la land. I recognize them. It causes confusion in people. So it did with me when I was a little girl, because I had all this masculine energy, but no, you have to wear a dress and you have to do all these things that made me terribly, terribly uncomfortable. But because they had gender roles in their head, and so I've been busting gender roles my whole life. I got my photo album over here. I got my only picture of me at prom. My hair is blonde, and I had short plaid shorts on, a black like tuxedo shirt that Joycey made, a waiter cut green jacket, and then had a pair of dress shoes and socks, and that was and that was in the 90s. Like I ain't never lived in the same time doing the same things that everybody else around me wanted me to do. Cause what's the point of that? It's my nacho neurotypical divergence. Before it was cool, man. I respect more of those people that have been at the bottom. And it just it's not, see, that's the thing, is they say, oh, you have poverty, my brother used to say, you have poverty, I used to have AA sponsors, you have poverty consciousness, and I'm just like, no, you guys always talk about how it's an inside job, peace, security, contentment, and so why do I need to buy more stuff? I'm maxed out, I don't have the space for stuff. Although I was very excited, I got the little retail therapy buzz when I got this. But here's my case. I got a fancy dancy. It was only $16. So I got the case. So I got my straps. I can use this, or I can take this off, and it just has one strap that goes across here, and then it has a hand thing here, and the little kickstand there. Oh, here, that's cool. Whoop. Which timeline? For every one of those, there's a potential for any outcome. What I used to make mirrors do like this when I was a little kid, and then if you bend it, it goes. You can make it go on farther. And then I freaking psych myself out because shadow people would go hurling through, and then they'd get to right where they were going to jump in through my reality, and I'd slam the window so they'd get stuck in there. Those were games when I was playing when I was a 2-year. That's why they used to have me go to because I'd share these things with my mom and my dad, and of course I'm crazy. See, what they didn't get, and what I can easily explain is, I couldn't explain it so easy to them, but what I figured out is that when you've had a lot of traumatic events and stuff like that, you're a kid, I'm born, right? I'm born. And then terrible things happened to me when I was close to being born. So I just came from source, and then every time something traumatic happens, you disassociate. You essentially go back to source. And then you come back down, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking earthling. I mean, I had 5 near-death experiences before I was 12 years old. I almost drowned. I grabbed an electric fence. The baby grape. There's times my mom's boyfriends tried to all of it. And then I'd have to go to school where they're like, did you do your assignment? What the fuck? So I was always living. It's not that we chose to live in different realities. It's that so many different fucking people are so adamant about their own reality that once you visit it, you have to act how they want you to act. And then you go over here and be a part of these people, their reality, and they're so important, and this is how it is. So I'm just constantly being like a little pinball. This is a stupid reality. So I said, fuck it with all that. I'm creating my own. And we've been doing that, huh, Mom? God willing, because the creek ain't risen yet. So anyway, that's about all I got for now. I just wanted to basically go on and talk about the red chili, and that's what I did. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have